Coach Nate, how you doing today?
Great, you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome.
So, the Mercury got the season series over the Dallas Wings for the first time since 2018. What was working this afternoon?
Well, I thought defensively in the second half, we were a lot better. That first quarter defense was not what we wanted. I thought, giving up 38 a second was what we want, was what we need. I give their staff and their team credit. Dallas has been battling injuries all year, and so we won the series, but every game was pretty good. We stretched it out in the start of the fourth, but we've had some really good battles against them with players out for them.
Can you just talk about locking up Natasha Howard? She had 10 points in the first quarter, she had 36, a career high last time they played, and she only had 6 after the first quarter. Can you just talk about what adjustments you guys made?
Yeah, I thought defensively we rebounded the ball better. Shout out to Kiki, she really stepped up. We kind of put her in the starting lineup, or actually kept her in the starting lineup because we wanted her to go to Howard. Obviously, we were in some switches with players down. We wanted to kind of not have Cloud wrestling with a 4, right? Post up 4. And so I thought Kiki did a good job of being physical and making her work, especially the last 3 quarters.
Nate, you now won 8 times in the last 12 games. Where are you guys just with the rhythm?
It doesn't feel like that.
Yeah. I was just going to ask where you guys are at with the rhythm. You do want to build just over the course of the remainder.
I mean, I think we're building. It's hard to build when you've got people in and then people out. And Beck's on a minutes restriction. I thought she looked great tonight, and then then Shug went down there in the fourth, and so I think we've battled through some adversity and changing of lineups, and I don't know if our execution has gotten better, our half-court execution, but I've really been impressed with our spacing. I think our pick and roll is, we're just getting more comfortable playing with each other and as a group. We're holding the corners more. Our ball handlers are having more trust finding BG on the rolls. BG's screening angles have been great. So, we talked about the last 9 games and how important this is going to be. I think we've taken care of the games or won the games that maybe we needed to. The only one hiccup maybe is just Indiana down the stretch. So, I like where we're at. Obviously, we've got 3 more to finish. Our record is 12-10, which isn't great, but I think we're headed in the right direction, especially with the injuries that we've had.
Can you just talk about the little kids today and what kind of environment they made, and what lasting memory would you say that the little kids can learn from today?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. It sounded a lot like my house, 2 6-year-olds yelling and screaming. So I was kind of used to it. I enjoyed it. I think they had a riot. They were making noise when nothing was even going on. They were just yelling to yell. But great first experience for me. I had heard that was the most kids tickets we'd given away in franchise history, and we've just continued to have great crowds, which is so much fun for our staff and our team.
Speaking of Kiki, which you mentioned her earlier, you talked in here earlier about her confidence growing from game to game, but what did you see from her in terms of her confidence growing just throughout this game today, getting the 12 points?
Yeah, I mean, I wish that she believed in her shot as much as I believe in her shot. She was 40% today for 3, but I was really just proud of her defensively. She's such a nice person, laid back, but when you step on the floor, you got to have some toughness, and she showed that tonight. We're going to need that moving forward. She got into a little altercation, which I kind of like. So yeah, that's what we need. You talk about waiting for opportunities, and she has stepped up so far. So I'm really happy for her.
Coach, you got all-star participants and you have Olympic participants. Are you do you have a plan in place for their minute restriction going down the stretch, or even coming back from playing that much?
Yeah, really good question. You know, this is my first time going through this, and the Olympics is every 4 years, and so just stepping into that. You know, obviously organizationally, we want to make a push and finish this thing out the last 3 games, and then also you want to go into All-Star and Olympics being healthy. So, you know, early in the year, I was playing our players less minutes, maybe than what they've traditionally been used to, or just kind of looking around the league. But my mindset was I was trying to help build camaraderie and belief in all of us with just playing 4 or 5 or 6 less minutes. Now, if you were to look at the minutes the last couple of games, you wouldn't think that, but it's just kind of the hand's been forced. And so, you know, we're a veteran group. You know, it gets a little bit scary, like when you're the head coach, you get a day off or 2 days off, you want to practice, but I think part of my responsibility is we got to give them rest, right? And that's kind of what you're talking about. And so, yeah, we've got 3 more games coming up. I don't think we'll practice in any of the days off. It'll be completely rest. And, you know, we haven't been going long, if you were to ask our team in practices, but I think we're pretty efficient and, you know, we get done what we need to. But, yeah, our hope and goal is to keep them completely healthy, have a great All-Star weekend, and then just a great Olympics.
When you talk about Beck, she's been battling a little back problems. Can you just talk about how she's battling through that and persevering?
I'm happy for Beck. I think she felt the best, and to me, she looked the best she's looked in 10, 12, 14 days, something like that. And, you know, she wants to be out there, and I think she feels bad when she's not, but she's been in a lot of pain. You know, we made the decision to have her sit in LA, hoping a couple days would help, and thankfully it did, you know, and that's going to give her some confidence moving forward in us. So she didn't re-aggravate it. Kind of the plan was to play all of her minutes in the first half, and she felt so good. We got an extra 5 minutes to start the third, so we were going to take advantage of that.
Copper just keeps putting up these 30-point games, getting to the basket, just doing. She makes things almost look easy. I mean, what can you say about somebody I think this might be her 7 30-point game.
Yeah, Ka's been awesome. You know, a couple weeks ago, I haven't looked lately, but her usage, I think she had the highest usage rate in the league. And, you know, she's been so good, it would not be smart of us not to have the ball in her hands. So I think our team understands that. She's getting more comfortable in pick and roll. I'm guessing this is probably the most pick and roll she's run. And, you know, it helps. She's talked about her developing a chemistry with BG. I think she's super comfortable on the pick and rolls, obviously getting downhill, playing in the paint, and that puts a lot of pressure on the defense, especially when we've got the space around her. But she's, you know, making the passes over the top to BG. She had a couple of them, and, you know, if you were to ask her, she wants to evolve or finding the corners and the fill behind and stuff like that. So, you know, it's like anything, the more you do it when you're a talented person, and she's super, super talented, it's going to get easier for you. She's a great player. She's seen blitzes, she's seen drops, she's seen switches. So I don't think she's kind of shocked by anything or surprised, but she's evolving into a pick and roll player, which is, you know, something that we're excited about.
We're gonna wrap there. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.